Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. We have to sort out about our understanding. If the understanding is correct, there are minimum problems. If we have misunderstood something, then the problems continue. Which are the areas where we require understanding correctly? First area is what is the meaning of the world. Second area is what is the meaning of the spiritual practice. Third area is what do we mean by I. Fourth area is what is the meaning of seeing God. And fifth meaning understanding is on what platform this whole drama is played. These are the five things we have to distinctly and clearly understand. Otherwise, we are only imagining and getting lost in something or the other. It is something like one day I was going somewhere, Anandi in Maharashtra, morning time. 5 o'clock, we are crossing some village. And in that place, we didn't know which is the direction. So I asked my driver, I said, hey, stop somewhere and ask somebody. He said, no, 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 we'll find out. There is no need to ask. Many people make it a prestige issue. I'll find out. What is there to ask if you don't know? He said, no, it's okay. I said, now you stop. I'll ask. So we stopped. And morning time, a villager with a big pagdi on his head and a lota in his hand, he was going for Bahirdesha Prakriya. And we asked him, I said, hey, where this road goes? He, with that, condition, the lota in the hand, going urgently, yet his wisdom was not confused. It was clear. In that state, he said, road goes nowhere. So true. Road doesn't go anywhere. People on the road have to go. I said, okay, sir, thank you so much. Now, ye batai, tell this thing. How to go to Anandi hand? This is the right question. Early morning, you get wisdom. So, he told and we followed. Now, in the same manner, these are the paths. The path doesn't go anywhere. Somebody has to tread that path to reach. And therefore, we have to have this clear understanding. The first understanding we have cleared, what is the meaning of the world? Urdhvam Moolamada Shakham Ashratam Pravaravayam. This world is nowhere else except our own body. See, these things are not very difficult. Only thing, we are, like Bhagavan says, Kripana Phalahetavaha. We are not wanting to know. So what we have to know? Simple example. Any experience which demands n number of conditions to be fulfilled, then that experience is an illusion. This is a rule. Now take anything. Rainbow. Rainbow appears, blueness of the sky, it appears. Sunrise, sunset, it appears. But it doesn't exist. Exactly the same way. This waking world which we take to be so seriously and real, this comes into existence only after a body identification. One day a small, sweet, cute girl asked me this question. In their house, I had gone for food. She said, Swamiji, when the world was created and where from the world begins and where the world ends. When she asked me this question, the child cannot ask such a question. So I asked her, hey, who asked you to ask me this question? Mummy. Then I told her, hey, mummy, why don't you ask me directly? No, Swamiji, I am afraid of you. I said, I am a vegetarian. I don't eat people. Don't be afraid. Then I told her, look here. The world begins from our body. Where from the world begins? Where the world ends in our body. And when the world is created, the moment we are identified with the body. So if we have to get rid of all the problems of this world, there is only one way. And that way is, do not live as the body, but live through the body. See? I am talking to you through the mic because my voice will not reach you. But imagine if the mic starts thinking that I am giving lecture, what will be the condition? Exactly the same way. We have that wrong notion that I am body, I am man, I am woman, I am young and old, and the whole world becomes solid reality. This all can be understood only if we have courage, will, ability to change our present understanding. Otherwise, it is not possible. See? So, once this is understood, then with this understanding, start looking at the world. See? Like, where is all this happening? It's all happening in the mind. Now the dream, the second experience we go through in our life, this is also worth contemplating upon. Nobody dreams the dream that it is a dream. Nobody dreams. During the dream, it is a solid reality. After the dream is over, then we become a courageous one. Oh, it was just a dream. But during the dream, it was a solid reality. Wise people are awakened to their essential nature, and for them, this world is as if we are entering our dream again. Just imagine. Suppose you can enter your dream. Then what will happen? You are seeing yourself suffering in the dream, but now you have entered not as a dreamer, but as an onlooker. Exactly the same in the experience of the wise people. They live in this world and yet they don't belong to this world. Because understanding is clear. Because when the waking and the dream things happen, nothing is added to me. I am the same. When the deep sleep and samadhi happens, I have lost nothing. I am the same. In this manner, narupamasseha tathopalabhyate. So when we start contemplation, then we come to know this world which we are talking about so many times doesn't exist anywhere. First. Then how to live? Should we become Babaji? Please don't. Don't take away my market. Don't have to become Babaji. Then start living through the body. Presently, we are living as the body, for the body, on everybody. Start living through the body. How to live through the body? Another question. As an actor on the stage lives a character through the costumes. One person comes on the stage as Chhatrapati Shivaji, all padding done, and then the costume put on, and he walks very courageously, strong person. That time he knows, I am not even an ordinary pati, forget about Chhatrapati Shivaji. He knows that. What he is doing? He is playing through that role as if he is Chhatrapati Shivaji, but he is not. Now apply the same rule. Play whatever role you have to play. Husband, wife, brother, father, mother, sister, etc. Play your role best and relax. Then the second stage we have learned the spiritual practice. If body identification is the problem, what will be spiritual practice? Freedom from body identification. If that is not happening, whatever you may do, it is just pouring water on the upside down pot. Therefore, Nirmana Moha Jita Sangha Dosha Adhyatma Nitya Vinivirta Kama Dvandvar Vimukta Sukha Dukkha Sanyahi. These 5 principles we have to consciously work on. First is Nirmana Moha, freedom from body identification. Jita Sangha Dosha, getting rid of the wrong company. Third is Adhyatma Nitya, always watch what is happening to the mind. Study Bhagavad Gita every day. When it comes to studying scriptures, we have a notion. When we are unfit for everything, we are fit for studies of scriptures. I went to somebody's house and they had a son, maybe 27, 28, huge structure, wide and strong, well built. When we were sitting for lunch, I said, "Hey Mahatma Ji, come on, join." He said, "You take." I said, "All right, I come for that only." Then his mother felt very much hurt. "Swamiji, he is such a rogue, I am fed up of him. He doesn't study, he doesn't work, only eats every day and troubles me, my husband and everybody. He is so strong, he can lift my husband and throw him out. I don't know what to do with him." Then she said, "Why don't you take him with you to your ashram?" That day I came to know, I told her, I said, "Mama, my mother also has sent me like this. Because I was good for nothing, they are good for spirituality. Spiritual path is not for those who are the dropouts of life. Who can walk the spiritual path? One example I'll give you. We go in India, not here. Here is very difficult, different also. Purchase a sugar cane and start walking on the road, and with a nice strong teeth, you peel it off, take a bite, and while walking, you keep on chewing and sucking the juice. After every small grain of juice is taken away, then on the road, throw it away. Exactly the same way. The one who has successfully lived this life, chewed it, sucked it, oh, he alone can walk the spiritual path. He who has to do anything in this world, he can do it only because he thinks this world is real. Can you plan your dreams? Will you ever think, in my next dream, I am going to construct a temple? You cannot. Because dreams are not real. Exactly the same way. Walking spiritual path is totally different. So, what is to be done? Adhyatma Nitya, focus attention on the goal and the mind's quality. Vinivritta Kama. Our life is nothing but a struggle to fulfill our desires. which will never be completed. Thereafter, Dvandvair Vimukta. Don't imagine world will be always in favor of us. It is not possible. Sometimes there will be day, sometime night. You cannot change it and accept it. But what happens? We imagine there should be only success, no failure. There should be only good, no bad. It is not possible. So accept it gracefully, cheerfully, and be happy. This is the spiritual practice. Now, when it is said, then one question comes. What is the experience of God realization? One person asked me this question. What is the experience of God realization? I say, you tell me. What is the experience of eating a jalebi? Explain me. Like you must have gone among the whites. Somewhere there was one white person with me. When we were taking food, he didn't know how to eat our Indian food. So he was watching. I said, start eating. He said, I don't know how to eat when I will watch people. So he was looking at it, and there was the achar he has taken, self-service, like sabji. And it was the chili achar, Andhra chili achar. And then he took that chapati as I did, he did. Then I took something from one chapati, he also took, okay. So he took the whole Andhra pickle in one bite and ate. And thereafter you can see the fun. Then I asked him, hey, how is it? He said, what? Completely gone. A simple experience of taste we cannot explain. Therefore, the teacher says, Natad bhasayati suryo na shashanko na pavakaha. I'll tell you one simple rule. First in Sanskrit, then in English. Pramana nirapeksha anubhuti is God realization. Pramana nirapeksha means what? That experience which does not involve the operation of sense organs, organs of action, mind and intellect. That experience where experiencer is not born. We all know only experience of. We are not talking experience of. It is experience itself. If you are asked a question, how is the sweet? Oh, the sweet is like a typical Gujarati house. Some comparison is given. But if you ask, how the sweetness of the sugar is? Sugar sweetness is like sugar sweetness. You can't compare. And therefore, when a person abides in his essential nature, he is quite at peace. Second topic was over. Then the third topic was, who is going through the experiences? Yesterday we have come up to here. And then the teacher told, now who is experiencing? Mamai vansho jiva loke jiva bhuta sanatanaha manashashtani indriyani prakritisthani karshati shariram yadavapnoti yachapyut ishvaraha गृहीत्वैतानि संयाति वायुर्गन्धानि वाशयान् श्रोत्रं चक्षुस्पर्शनं च रसनं घ्राणमेव च अधिष्ठाय मनश्चायं विषयान् उपसेवते उत्क्रामन्तं स्थितं वापि भुञ्जानं वा गुणान्वितं विमूढानानुपश्यन्ति पश्यन्ति ज्ञानचक्षुषः. This is the topic talking about the Jiva. Who is the Jiva? First, I'll tell you the wrong meaning, which is common, and then I'll tell you the right meaning. Mama eva amshaha jiva loke. My part of me has become a Jiva. Okay. Then, Jiva Bhuta. If, because I am Sanatana, I am eternal, that Jiva is also eternal. Very good. And what he does? Manashashtani indriyani prakritistani karshati. Then the jiva, with the five sense organs and the mind, six of them, he is pulled towards the matter objectivity. Then what happens? As a result, shariram yadavapnoti, then for fulfilling his desires and attraction, he is blessed with the appropriate body. And shariram yadavapnoti, then he enters in that body and starts enjoying. Then he gives up that body and he is Ishvara. He is the complete controller of that body. And Gruhitvaitani Sanyatir Vayur Gandhani Vashar. And when the body is dropped, then he collects all his faculties, sense organs, organs of action, mind, intellect, everything, and he goes out of the body and enter the another body. And what he carries with him? Shrotram, Chakshu, Sparchanancha, Rasanam, Grahanamevacha. With the help of all these faculties, Vishayan Upasevate, he starts enjoying through the faculties various objects. Okay, then Utpramantam Sitam Vapi, then he lives in this body for some time. After that period is over, he leaves the body, goes into another body, and enjoys and suffer. And in this manner, he goes on and on from one body to another body. This is the wrong understanding. But this becomes so obviously simple. Now let us take the right understanding. Bhagavan says, Mama eva amshaha jivaloke jivabhuta sanatana. Mama eva amshaha. The jiva lok means the experience of, loka means experience. Jiva loka means experience gathered through the limitations of the means of knowledge. Now take this example. By our eyes, we can see a light spectrum between the red and the violet, Vibgyor. Beyond that, our eyes cannot see. Then what we will do? If I can see something, then I believe. If I don't see, I don't accept. Similarly, by the ears, we can leave only a spectrum of decibels. Beyond that, we cannot hear. Therefore, if I have not heard, I will not accept. See, the mind. Mind can go only in the field of knowledge. It can go only that what is known. Intellect breaks the barrier of the limitations of the knowledge and peeps beyond that. But the objectivity remains. See? Now, all these things are happening when we are functioning through the limitations of the faculties. See? Now, next step. I, who has become the jiva, how to understand the jiva? Understand this way. When you are talking about Paramatma, you say Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma. Paramatma is Satchidananda. So, Jiva also should be Satchidananda. If an ornament is made out of gold, it cannot be that of the wood. Gold should be there. If we are the fraction of the infinite, then what? We also must be Satchidananda. Where do we die? Now be very attentive. This subtle point we'll try to understand through some example. First, I'll give you the general example, then subjective example. There are so many bulbs here. In front of me, there are 6 bulbs looking at me. Bulbs are 6. Light is 1. Lights are not many. In and through all the bulbs, only one electricity is functioning. If one bulb becomes fused, is it a loss to the electricity or is it a loss to the light? Now, third question. When the bulb becomes fused, will the light from the bulb come out and go into another bulb? Where will the light go? Think. Then how to solve this riddle? The riddle is now become subjective. I am man, I become son because of the limitations of the father. So when I have become a son, I am a jiva and I as a man is Paramatma. Then the same man I become husband. So husband is a jiva and I am the man, the Paramatma. And when I become a father, the father is a jiva and I am Paramatma, the man. Now, one fraction of me has become a son, another fraction of me has become a husband, third fraction of me has become a father. Now, who are miserable? These three guys. Now, find out where are they. See, like only in the light, or rather only in the bulb, let us put this way, only in the bulb there is no light, only in electricity there is no light. See, exactly the same way. Only in Paramatma there is no Jiva, only in Prakriti there is no Jiva. Then what is the Jiva? Jiva is expression of Paramatma through the Prakriti as life is Jiva. And it's a common factor. It's not something different from each other. Like the lights. One light is illuminating the sanctum sanctorum, other light is illuminating the toilet. Will we say that, oh, this light illuminating that sanctum, he is so lucky, he must have done Lord Punya in the last life and therefore he is there. But that light in the toilet must be a terrorist, a horrible fellow. No, he has to just see only the dirty things. No. Light doesn't become holy or dirty. Exactly the same way. I is one, vision is jiva, Paramatma is mind. Then hearing ability is jiva, Paramatma is mind. Smelling ability is jiva, Paramatma is mind. So what is the jiva therefore? When the infinite is expressing through the limitations of the instrument, that limited expression is called as jiva. See? And when my father died, where I the son has gone? When my wife died, where I the husband has gone? And when my son died, where I the father has gone? Nowhere. Therefore, jiva and jivana, two words are there. Jivana means not. There's nothing like jiva. It's only the life that is throbbing. And the expressions of the life are common everywhere. When we take very good organic food, we feel, oh, it is so nice, we are taking care. Now the hunger is satiated. Whether it is our hunger or it is the hunger of a pig, whether it is our hunger, it is the hunger of a bird eating the insects. Satiation is the same. See, friends, because life is common everywhere. And therefore, the teacher says, let us graduate from the Jiva, come to Jivana. Body-wise, we are different from each other. Life-wise, we are common. Discover this. There is no difference between among us. We use the same space, we use the same air, we have the same fire element, we have the same water element, we have the same earth element, we have the same visions, we have the same mind, we have the same intellect. Like there is the same electricity in the bulb, the same electricity in the microphone, the same electricity in the fan. The differences are because of the gadget which is fixed. So when the consciousness is expressing through the man's body, it becomes masculine consciousness. And when the consciousness is expressing through the female body, does it become feminine consciousness? No. See, the more we become contemplative on this, then we can know Utkramantam sitam vapi bhunjan va gunavitam vimudha nanupashanti. Now be attentive. We have Utkramantam. We have come out of the child body, Sthitam. We entered the teenage body. What change has happened to us? Nothing. Then we have come out of the teenage body and we entered the middle-aged body. Nothing happened to us. So, we are discarding the things. We are not discarded. When a pot breaks, will the pot space come out of the pot and go in search of other pot? No. All these problems happen only because of one error. This error we have to correct. Now I'll give you an exercise and see and learn by yourself. You have to participate. You look at this green, blue, whatever color it is, backdrop behind me, and evaluate your experience. Where are you? Now tell me whether the experience of this backdrop happened inside you or outside you. Where is the experience happening? Think. Object is outside. This object has not entered in you. Otherwise, what a terrible thing it will be. So, the mind is inside or outside? So, object is outside. Where the experience is happening, that mind is inside. आ गया ना मजा? But where is the experience happening? If you go little deeper in your own understanding, you'll come to know inside, outside experience is an illusion. We are not inside the body. The body is in me. Now be attentive. We have to break this barrier of jiva, jiva, jiva. This rosary is in my pocket. The Gita book is in my hand. So this is in the pocket, this is outside the pocket. Then this Gita book is inside the hall, our shoes are outside the hall. Shoes are inside the temple premises, car is outside the temple premises. Car is inside LA and Delhi is outside LA. In, out is possible only there is a reference point. If there is no reference point, you cannot say in or out. Now, when we are in deep sleep, that time we are inside the body or outside the body. We are inside the house or outside the house. We are in 2019 or 1917. We are man or woman. We are young or old. But we are. Therefore, understanding should be like what? Body is sustained only as long as breathing is going on. Pranamaya kosha. So, body is the content and pranamaya kosha is the container. Container is always bigger than the contents. See? Then, body and the pranamaya kosha, they are in the mind. The mind is the container. In that container of the mind, the body and the pranamaya kosha are the contents. Therefore, if the mind is disturbed, the body is not healthy. If the mind is disturbed, the breathing becomes heavy. Go further. In the container of the intellect, Vijnanamaya kosha is the remaining three koshas. The body, the prana, the mind. Therefore, my body, my hunger, my emotions. So, I is the container in which these three things are contained. And now, last, most important, Anandamaya kosha is common for all of us. Our Annamaya kosha is separate. Our waking experiences are separate. Our dream experiences are separate. Our understanding is separate. But Anandamaya kosha, our deep sleep experience is common. Because in deep sleep, there is no sense of otherness. When there is no sense of otherness, how there can be differences? Be attentive. Like from one ocean, so many waves come out. Exactly. From one Anandamaya kosha, one conscious bliss, the whole world has come out. So what will be the correct understanding? We drop the body, come to the prana. We drop the prana, come to the mind. We drop the mind, come to the I. We drop the I, we merge in the absolute. And absolutes are not many. Absolute is only one. See? When all this drama is going on, like when we are here now, here we are born as the listeners. We go out, then we sit in the car, then we are born as the drivers. Then we go home and start cooking. We are born as a cook. Constant birth is happening. But that substratum, which is never changing, is ever the same. But what is happening? We are hidden under some coverings. And therefore, spiritual practice is discover. See? One word is at ease, the other word is dis-ease. Cover, discover. This Gita book is covered under my shawl and I forgot where it is. Now the question is, why did you forget? Any answer? There is no answer. Why God forgot his nature? There is no answer. See, in a school, the teacher was dictating some passages and children supposed to write it. So when children were writing and she was moving around and she saw one student wrote a wrong spelling. She became angry. Who taught you wrong spelling? And child is innocent, pure. He said, ma'am, wrong spellings are not taught, they happen. Why you are not knowing yourself? That is the wrong question. It happens. See? Therefore, we have to one by one uncover. Now, what is the covering? Be very attentive. When my attention is on the colors and forms, the colors and forms are covering my vision. See? When you go to the eye doctor, you go and tell him, Dr. Saab, I am not able to read properly. So what he will do, he will put some alphabets in front of you 10 feet distance. And he says, can you read this thing? No. You will increase the font. Can you read? No. Again, can you read? No. How it is possible? Because I don't know English. Come on. I didn't ask you to read English. So, he was not able to see because his eyes were not there properly working. So when we go to the eye doctor, we don't go there to read. We go there to see whether eyes are okay or not. Now apply this principle. When we are preoccupied with the objects of the world, our sense faculties are covered. Then, second step, when we are the slaves to our sense organs, our mind is covered. Sense organs tell that you should eat sweet. Mind tells that eating sweet is not good for your health. But the tongue says, no, you have to eat. But you have already been told by the doctor. But doctor also told you can take one tablet. See? So, after we eat that, then we regret. Oh God, today also I could not control. Oh, watch this. We fall in our own self-respect because we are slaves of our sense organs. So first, drop the objects, come to the sense organs. Drop the sense organs, come to the mind. Drop the emotions, come to the clarity in understanding. Who is disturbed? You will discover somebody is disturbed. Then continue your inquiry. How this somebody is born? After body identification. Therefore, what will be the spiritual practice? What it is like being other than the body. We are not telling you anything. Cannot be told. Just work on this one simple principle. What it is like being other than the body. Start working on this. One day, by God's grace, you will come to discover mind cannot think without a reference point. Some reference point is necessary. And the reference point we have only body. Those freedom fighters, they have a reference point nation. And therefore, they are ready to jump into any activity. Maybe they are kid, who cares? Mind has to have some reference. And reference is time, space, and object. In deep sleep, mind doesn't have these three references: no time, no place, no object. And therefore, the mind dissolves in pure consciousness, like the ice cube dissolves in the waters. When you put the ice cube in the water, it doesn't make noise. It slowly dissolves. Because mind and consciousness both are knowledge. In case of the mind, the importance is of objectivity. In case of consciousness, objectivity is absent. So, non-objective experience. Vimudha nanu pashanti pashanti jnana chakshushaha. Therefore, we have to correct our understanding about ourselves. It is for this purpose our scriptures tell us. Last life, this life, next life, sin, merit, going to hell, going to heaven, more and more birth, punarpi jananam, punarpi maranam. All these things are only meant for bringing to our understanding that we are embodied, living in the body, but we are someone other than the body. When this will click one day, you see Bhagwan's full kripa. I tell you how it clicked me. I was in England, staying in some British house. I came from Mumbai to London and we were driving. So my friend's mother told, instead of going late night to the ashram, why don't you stay for the night here and go ahead? I said, I have no problem. So we went to their house. And if you want to see a good house, see British houses. Clean, neat, spick and span, not one nail extra on the wall. Very nice. So next to me there was nice table and some books were kept before I may read like that. So I took some book and reading. After some time I put down the book. I had to switch off the lights. And I could not see where is the switch. I had to get up and find out. And when I saw those bright lights like this, as if they entered my eyes, I switch off the light and then lie down on the bed again and close the light, close the eyes. Those lights spark was seen. Then I opened the eyes. Then I saw the street lights from my room. Again I closed the eyes. Again I saw that reflection of the spark of that light. And that became Eureka. Be attentive. The one who was seeing the street lights through the sense organs, and the one who was seeing the reflection of that strong light on the mind is one and the same. The one who is experiencing the waking and the one who is experiencing the dream is one, without becoming a waker or a dreamer. The one who is speaking and the one who is scratching the head is one and the same. The one who is digging in between the teeth by the tongue and the teeth which were dug is one and the same. Remove these coverings. Then we will come to know one day by God's grace, the world is in me. I am not anywhere. This is called in Vedanta Shastra as Viparya. Viparya means upside down understanding. Like we go to the jeweler and see some ornaments and ask the jeweler, hey, is it having gold in this or something else? What is the truth? The truth is, gold is not in the ornaments. Ornaments are superimposed on the gold. Another example, I was traveling from Miami to Bahamas by the boat. And my friend asked me, I was standing near the deck and watching the things. He said, Swamiji, can you imagine how much deep must be the water here in the ocean? So I told him, I don't answer wrong questions. He said, what is wrong in that? I said, water is not in the ocean. Ocean is in the water. Swamiji, don't bring your Vedanta, please. If you remove the water from the ocean, can the ocean exist? Truth is the water, not the ocean. What is the ocean? Only name. See? In the same manner, I, the man, is the son, husband, and father. If I, the man, dies, what happens to them? They go to hell or heaven? Think. The rule is infinite cannot have fractions. Vimudhananupashyanti pashyanti jnanachakshushaha. It is so simple. Multiplicity happening because of the conditioning is an illusion. Space gets divided into 10 directions because of the conditioning of relationship between the sun and earth. If you go beyond this relationship between sun and the earth, which is east, which is west, I, the one, becomes many. Have I really become many? This is where God's grace come into being. Whenever we are talking to anybody on any topic, observe. I talk as a mother, father, brother, sister, husband, wife. And they have no existence. See? Again and again, remind yourself. And that is why one of the important spiritual practice is this. Before we talk to anybody on any topic, ask a question. Is it necessary to talk? You'll come to know that the one who wanted to talk was somebody. Somebody has no existence. Like I talk as a mother about my child to another lady. Do you think she is listening me? She will cut my throat and start talking about her child. Because she is not interested in my child as much I am interested. See, and this is how we get lost in always remaining as somebody. Somebody is a jiva. Nobody is Paramatma. Now, these experiments I have conducted in many of my talks. We'll do it here. Very simple experiment, not difficult. Just play. Don't become serious. Play that you are a husband or a wife and simply sit as husband and wife. And observe what kind of thoughts come to you. Now stop, become parents or children and see what kinds of thoughts come to you. Now the last experiment, remain as nobody. Experiments over. Now let us analyze our experiences. As husband or wife, the thoughts were pertaining to wife or husband. As parents or children, the thoughts were pertaining to children or parents. But when you remained as nobody, no thoughts. Recognize this principle. Whenever we talk, we have become somebody. And a somebody is the one who is interested in what he is talking. Others are not interested. In a school, the teacher asks a question to the children. Who moves the aeroplane? What is he called as? So, he is called as pilot. Oh, very good. The one who is moving the car, what is he called as? It's called as driver. Very good. The one who cooks the food is called as a cook. Very good. Then the teacher asks, one who keeps on talking but nobody listens, what is he called as? And the student said, teacher. Who listens? See, friends, how much we talk. And we have to control. Nobody can help us. Go on, talk. Ram, Ram, Ram. Chup. This is spiritual practice. Remain in awareness. See, many a times, why many, most of the times rather, we keep on, whether required or not required, we have to talk. And in such people, if they don't get anybody to talk to, they start talking to them loudly. Because they have never controlled that. And this is how the mind becomes strong. In this manner, when we slowly recognize thoughts begin with a reference point, don't give any reference point to the mind. Vimudha nanu pashyanti, pashyanti jnana chakshusha. Jnana Chakshu is the intuitive understanding and living in wisdom. Therefore, Shariram Yadavatnoti Yachapyut Kramati Shvaraha. All these stories are meant only for us to become aware that Vimudha Nanu Pashanti Pashanti Jnana Chakshusha. Thereafter the teacher says, Yatanto yoginaschainam pashanti atmani eva avastitam yatantaha api akritatmanaha nainam pashanti achetasaha. Yatantaha yoginaha enam pashanti atmani avastitam. Those who are properly practicing sincerely, they come to discover the reality as their own being. On the spiritual path, knowing is being. It is not becoming. We don't have to become divine. We have to discover our divinity. Therefore, who yatantaha yoginaha, those who are working on it, yatanta efforts, those who are putting effort, yatantaha yoginaha, enam, to this Paramatma Tattva, pashanti atmani eva avastitam, meaning they come to discover that knowing is being. That experience where knowing and being are separate is mind. I know this is a book. How do you know this is a book? That I am not the book. So that knowledge where not I-ness happens is the mind. And that knowledge where not I-ness doesn't happen is consciousness. See? Therefore, yatanto yoginaschainam pashanti atmani avastitam, and further, yatantaha api akritatmanaha. This is very important. Yatantaha api, putting all sincere efforts, but akritatmanaha, they have never taken care of their mind. Intentions may be good, but that doesn't mean you can go any way you like. Like a story comes. There was a king and he had a monkey with him, always. And the monkey was very much like a guard protecting him. And one day he was, moving somewhere, and below one tree he just sat down and he happened to fall asleep. And one fly was coming and landing on his face. So he was again moving and again sleep. Monkey saw that. And the monkey was also trying to remove that fly. Finally, monkey got angry. He took a big stone. And when that fly sat on the nose of that king, he hit that stone to that fly. Fly went away. King died. Intentions were good. Akritatmanaha. Akritatmanaha, no self-discipline. Friends, self-discipline cannot be compromised on any issue. Santa Ganeshwar tells, yesterday probably I told you, start with one organ, and that is tongue. Tasting and talking. If these two things are controlled, we can achieve anything in life. Therefore, akritatmanaha nainam pashanti, they will never be in akritatmanaha nainam pashanti achetasaha. Achetasaha, those who have got zero control, no wisdom at all, constantly getting disturbed or getting involved in this world. Two things try, my friends, learn this thing. Whenever we talk to others, we talk about our past. Whenever we talk to ourselves, we talk about our future. Mind cannot survive without the food of past memories and future worries. That is the food for the mind. Past memories are carbohydrates. Future worries are the fats. And present comparison are the proteins. These are the three kinds of foods the mind survives. You start with only one. And what is that one? Don't talk about your past. Where there is no reference of past, future reference is not required. Where past and future disappear, present is no more a tense. Present is only a presence. But the mind will not allow us. Then what is to be done? It is for this purpose we have to have regular upasana. Studying the scriptures, doing the japa, doing the little bit of yoga, going for some exercise, keep yourself healthy. This will keep us busy. And you will observe and accept this what I am telling, that we are all miserable, never because of shortage of time. We all suffer because of excess of time. Then what we do? Get up, start WhatsApp or Facebook. How much time and energy we spent on the rubbish. Constantly that only. And it has no value whatsoever. Therefore, yatantaha yogena chainam pashyanti atmane vastatam yatantahapi akritatmana nainam pashyanti chetasa. And in this manner, we have to change our vision about the world, about spiritual practice, about ourselves, who we are. Are we husband, wife, brother, father, mother, sister, etc.? Are we body, baby body, teenage body, middle age body, old age body? Which body we are? Again and again, work on it. And this sadhana is not with any external supports, is only remaining aware about our own being. The crux of all these discussions is to be put in one sentence. It is like this: be 100% present wherever you are, whenever you are, whatever you are. 100% presence. Like at this moment, I am a speaker. I should be only a speaker, nothing else. At this moment, you are a shrota, listener, only listener, nothing else. But what happens, suppose I give husband-wife example. And if husband and wife are suppose they are nearby. When I say something uh, low about the husband, wife immediately looks at the wife. We are unable to drop that. Remain as nobody, now and here. Now where the jiva has gone? Nowhere. He was nowhere. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnaat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.